This is a Hot Pie Media original.
SNL is back for its, gosh, how does this feel? 47th season. How does that feel? Man, just felt like just yesterday it was Jane, you ignorant slut, right? Remember that? Remember that point counterpoint? Dan Aykroyd and, wow, what was her name? Jane Curtin, is that right? I don't know. 47 years. Okay, so it's it's SNL's season opener. And Owen Wilson is hosting. And it was, if you couldn't, think about this. Now, there's got to be times when you're in the creative side of the business, you've always looked for inspiration. You're always trying to have this incubation period where you're thinking through stuff and processing stuff. There could not be an easier time than this first SNL show. One, you got Owen Wilson, who is famous on a number of levels. But then you've got just this psycho time. So many things, so many people to make fun of. This one had to be pretty easy. And they went to the easy spaces. The one I didn't count on, which is hilarious. Now, you have to have kids to appreciate it. The audience cracks up, and the audience loved it, I suspect, because the audience is two things. One, the audience is young enough that remembers Cars, the Pixar show Cars, which was the first one was great. After that, it was dumb. But it was brilliant and moral, and I don't know how much money he made doing Lightning McQueen. So the audience it grew up with Cars, or the audience has kids who grew up with Cars. So he was, there's three things. One, he does the opening monologue. We'll just go through this. These are pretty funny. Opening monologue, which was good. I thought he was good. He's just got this, we could debate his best role, right? His best role. Was it Lightning McQueen? Was it, what was the movie with Ben Stiller when he was Ben Stiller's wife's ex-boyfriend? He was hilarious. Now, we could debate what his best roles have been. You can tackle that. So he does the monologue, and then he does this hilarious spoof of Cars, and then they do what's so easy, school board meetings. All right, the monologue.
Ladies and gentlemen, Owen Wilson.
So then they do this bit. Now, if you don't know Cars, first one, Toy Story, the brilliance of Pixar, which I believe we're on the 10th anniversary. I think it's today or tomorrow, somewhere this week, of the death of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, of course, I think the most influential person of the last 50 years of our time, however you want to phrase it. Of course, he gets fired by Apple. Company starts, honestly, for good reason. The stock had plummeted. He kept swinging and missing. Ends up buying a studio, creating Pixar, Toy Story. I think you could argue Toy Story 1 through 4, particularly 1 and 4, were great. I mean, number 1 was it was pure genius. Absolute pure genius, and reinvented the way you create animated kid shows. You create animated kid shows with, one, the parents have to enjoy it as well. It has to be entertaining for you. 2, you get famous people to do the voiceovers, because you spend a lot of that time going, who's that? So they got to figure it out. So I don't know where in the Pixar universe Cars came along. It would have been Toy Story, then Dory, right? And then maybe Cars. It was in there somewhere. So Pixar does Cars. He does, his career was, I think he was just in Wedding Crashers or something. He had played that standard same slacker role, does it perfectly, maybe because it's really the way he is. But then he gets the voiceover job for Lightning McQueen in Cars, and it's, the rest is history. It's an animated show, very righteous, well done, great visuals, good messages, funny characters. It's everything right, the first one at least. Then it gets just stupid. But it's everything right with a kid's anime. That's just bizarre and awesome at the same time. I didn't see that one coming. Then they do this one is so easy, and this one should feel very good to those of us in the Austin area. I don't know that I'm not saying the show gets any credit whatsoever, but Not long ago, we had the crazy lady talking about anal sex, right? The school board meetings have gone from weird and fun. Our good friend who took his clothes off, it was harmless and really creative. That's the way to do it. Then we ended up with some violence, and then we ended up with anal sex being said no less than 70 times during a school board meeting.
You're watching.
For that matter, well, they couldn't do the nice character, the creative character, the guy that did the school board meeting the right way. They did the crazy characters, and it wasn't hard. Tom McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce in all 50 states, now in several retail outlets as well. So we're going to turn it over to the social media rock chef superstar, and we're going to walk through a few sauces and why you should buy. We've done beet heat, so we're second in line now for the tasting. Don't forget, everyone, go to atxhotsauce.com. So here we go.
All right, so this one is our smoked habanero 5-pepper. We smoke habaneros with ancho,
Is that going to hurt?
This one? No,
Yeah.
This one's actually really, really good.
Okay.
This is like your traditional tapatio, but without the vinegar in it, right? And because of that fermentation process that we've talked about all the time. This one is great on sandwiches, pizzas, things like that. Great on hot wings. I think you're going to really like this one too, especially the smoky flavor with the adobe chipotle and the smoked habaneros. We actually smoked the habaneros before we.
Does that go with the cab?
This would not go with the cab. This would go with the great Chenin Blanc, though.
I teed you up with that one.
Yeah.
That is good.
That's good. Isn't that good? It's just classic take. Well, it's a new take on a classic item. So it's called smoked habanero 5-pepper.
All right, don't forget
One of my favorites.
Don't forget atxhotsauce.com. It's, what do they call these songs for politicians? Walk-off songs, is that the term? There's some term. They have, politicians have historically had those really cheesy intro songs. Then the artists, you go back to, I'm sure it probably even happened before, but you go back to the one, it starts with Ronald Reagan. Reagan, I don't even know who picks this out. What kind of buffoon is picking out these songs? So Reagan, of course, used Born in the USA. Yay, wave your flag, and no one bothered to listen to the lyrics. Then it gets goofier from there. You had the Clintons and the Gores horrifically dancing to some Fleetwood Mac song. Sarah Palin had Barracuda. I believe John McCain had ABBA of some kind. So it's always been this just cheesy mix. I don't know if anyone has ever had the eclectic playlist of Trump. It's out there. Remember, not that long ago. So remember the day of the wall meeting? We got 700 limousines and 7,000 cop cars, all of South Texas. There was crime everywhere because all the cops were driving up to the wall party or whatever that was. And was it Gloria? Was that right? On the loudspeaker, or was that Village People? I think it was Gloria by Laura Branigan. They have it on the loudspeaker in this field in South Texas with Greg Abbott just sort of gushing like his prom date was showing up or something. And so they're blaring Gloria, I think. Yeah, it was that one, because you see the cars pulling up. And the 5 people that are there, like waving pom-poms. It's just, usually there's like the song theme kind of matches up, right? Even though it's cheesy and it's never completely accurate. Was it McCain had the ABBA song, Take a Chance on Me? It's cheesy. There's a theme. I don't know what Trump's themes are. The Village People, he just keeps playing the Village People. Now, the Village People, unlike most artists, the Village People do not turn on him. They do not say, "Stop it, man." That I know of. Now, maybe they've changed. So then, of course, at these rallies, you got some fat guys with flopping triceps and tank tops waving flags to the Village People. It's a weird playlist. It is. And I don't know who picks it out. I'd love to know. You just do whatever's opposite and just play that? Why? Doesn't somebody in the marketing meeting go, what? Laura Branigan in South Texas. No. Macho Man? Why? All right, well, I missed this one. I mean, you want to hear weird? You want to see weird? I had no idea. I don't know. I don't know when this happened. I don't know why. I remember the song. I guess it was okay. I think I had some Mickey's Big Mouth and Swisher Sweets. But now, Eddie Grant is pissed. That's enough, D. Trump. You're in trouble now. You messed with the wrong guy. Eddie. I had no idea. Laura Branigan may be cool with it. Village people, whatever. Eddie Grant, no way, man. Not gonna let him get away with it, are you, Eddie?
Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
What's the theme here, everyone? What the hell?
Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Working so hard like a soldier.
Again, sit in the meeting. I'm sorry, what? Why are we playing this song? Now the guy's suing us? Whatever. Who the hell is he anyway? What's Eddie been doing since 85? All right, well, you got to stop, D. Eddie means business. A judge ruled that a copyright lawsuit brought by Electric Avenue singer Eddie Grant against former President Donald Trump can go forward. Hey, Eddie, stand in line, buddy. You're going to be standing next to a guy named Giuliani. Good luck getting paid, old Ed. What are you going to get from him, Ed? What is Eddie's agent saying about this? Ed, at least it's some play. Come on, man. Let him do it. It's a bunch of old crazy white people dancing. What's the matter, Eddie? What else you got going on, Eddie? The U.S. District Judge rejected Trump's motion to dismiss, which said the song's use is in an online ad for Trump's re-election bid. What? What? Why? Who? It's like his frat guy sons just go, I got really high to that song, Dad. It's cool. Let's play it. I don't know. I don't see the guy with the dreadlocks fitting in here. I just don't see it. Help me with the theme. So Trump said the use in an online ad for re-election was a different and transformed purpose from that of the original song. This is a legal argument. And was usable due to fair use. Now, fair use is an issue. Trust me, we all deal with it. But the judge says the use was, quote, this is not a good day. Wholesale copying of music to accompany a political campaign ad. Now, if we're going to get serious about this, an artist has every right to say no. They have every right and should have a right. Fair use is one thing. Fair use for you to get reelected or for commercial purposes is not okay. So it doesn't matter if we think it's stupid that Eddie needs the airplay. Ed has every legal right to say no. I just want to know why they're using this song. Just use Lee Greenwood. Done. Always. You think a bunch of knuckleheads at the Bell County Expo, they're out there pumping their fists to Eddie Grant, Electric Avenue?
Electric Avenue. Electric Avenue.
Why do you keep walking into this trouble? Lee Greenwood would let you play the song all day, every day. Play Skinnerd. That works. Molly Hatchet. That works. Eddie Grant. You can play Two Live Crew at the next one. I dare you. Grant filed the lawsuits after the campaign used Electric Avenue. The clip featured a fast train meant to represent Trump's campaign. While Joe Biden trails behind on a manually operated vehicle. That's creativity. Oh boy. What do you think would be the... Macho Man is pretty funny to watch that crowd dance to. I'm thinking Two Live Crew. Give me the dirtiest hip-hop you can think of. It'd be hilarious. Just pipe that in and see if they'll pump their fists and wave flags to that. Just the nastiest F-bomb filled hip-hop. Bust out with that at the next Bell County Expo Trump rally.
From the Hot Pie Media Studios in Austin, Texas, it's the Jeff Ward Show. Listen at jeffwardshow.com.